club out in front of you with your right hand, okay? Go by on this side so it goes under your arms, and you go in a flexion, and you go back and forth like this without changing the arm. Okay? When you see it from here, you can see that the wrist is getting bowed there. Then, while you're doing it, bring your arm down. My arm is not bending. So when I'm going by here, it's staying straight, it's just overtaking and going past. Then, when you start to go a little bit farther, you take 2 fingers while you're moving, just put the 2 fingers on the club. You feel like, oh my God, my left arm is in the way so much, I've got to get it out of the way to let that happen. I've been going out too far out there. Then you start hitting shots with just one hand until you can feel like that is happening. Then you add the other hand on the practice swing. And finally, you do a little one until you can go through and you can see the club come out without the elbow coming out first. So that's a really big deal. Okay, so always start with this, then go by and make sure it goes under your arm and get good at making it go by. Second thing, when you come back, there's 2 ways to stay above the line. You can take your arms out, that's troublesome for you. But the other way you can do it is you can kind of drag the club back. It's like your right arm is going to be a straight line with the club. When you do that, your hands can stay in and the club doesn't come back inside. So feel like you're dragging it back a little bit to keep it there. So you want your hands in the shaft over your instep. If it goes out too much there, then you tend to lift a little too much. Once you get it to that spot and the club face is perpendicular to the plane line, then you need a 90-degree roll of your forearm, so it's just there. See, you're rolling the arm to put the shaft on the top line, but you're not changing the club face because your grip and wrist are good when you do it. Then, your job is to try to stay on the top line as you start down, not dropping it down and in, and then you kind of come down and in very much into your crotch. If you do that well, you're going to close the hole with rotation, not by staying out and straightening your arm. If you have trouble with under-rotating, you should over-rotate and miss the ground past it until you can make that club shaft cover up the original line and kind of exit the plane below. Then, try to go around the same amount when you hit the ball, but you're really going to feel like your right arm is the plane line, and when it goes by, it's going to feel the same way it did